Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Team Tiny Hop for you, and this month's hashtag is Team Tiny Autumn Hop 2021, and this is also a bonus video in my fall card series for 2021. So let's go ahead and get started. So I will be using this stamp set from My Favorite Things. The balloon stamp is called Balloon Bundle, and then the other stamp is a Pure Innocence stamp set from My Favorite Things as well, and I am not sure what this one is called. This is an older set. They release so many of these and then they get discontinued, but I love to use what I have, and I have collected a few of these little girls. So I pulled it out for a fall themed birthday card. I have a few family members who have birthdays in the fall, so I wanted to create a fun autumn fall festive birthday card. So I'm just inking it up in Memento Tuxedo Butt ink with my stamping platform, and I'm stamping it directly onto the card base, and then I'm going to create a mask with the Inkadinkado masking paper so that I can do some more stamping, which you are going to see, and I can do ink blending in the background. So once this was stamped out, I fussy cut it out off camera, and then I'm going to be able to put it down and get stamping and get creating. So I love being able to mask things off, and now I'm going to take that balloon bundle stamp and I'm going to stamp it so that it looks like the strings are attached to the wagon. So this is a little girl at the pumpkin patch, and it's her birthday, and the balloons are all attached. So I took it off to see how it looked, and it turned out great. So I put the mask back over, and then I'm going to create a mask the same way with the balloons. And I didn't have to worry about the strings because that part is not going to be colored anything different, so it worked out perfectly. And then I did use the die to cut out these balloons. And then I'm going to start inking my background. So I'm using Distress Oxides to ink the background, and I did super speed this up and the coloring that is coming because this was a pretty long video. It took me a while to create this card, and I wanted to go ahead and share every step because I felt like it really brought how this card was made. There's a lot of details, but the final result, I really like it. So I wanted to share with you all of the details, and that is why it is really sped up. As you can see, I just did the sky and I'm doing the grass, and then once that is all blended together, I'm going to do one of my favorite techniques. So I'm going to splatter some water and watch the Distress Oxides react with that water, and I felt like this really brought in a lot and added to that fall themed adventure. We actually just went to the pumpkin patch in October and it was raining like crazy, and so that's the kind of vibe I was going for. So it's always raining in the fall where I live, so yes. And so taking those masks off and seeing how cool it looks with the Distress Oxide background, and now I'm going to go ahead and color. And I am coloring with Spectrum Noir markers, and I just want to say that all of the supplies that I can list down below in the description box. I will have links to all of the supplies used in the description box. If you were ever curious, you can go check out them. And some of them I obviously cannot link to, like the little Pure Innocence stamp set. But there is tons of other Pure Innocence stamp sets that you can check out too over at My Favorite Things or the other websites that I will have listed down below. So while I go ahead and color this, let's talk about Team Tiny. So if you have been following me for a while on my YouTube channel, you're going to know what Team Tiny is, but Team Tiny is a group of us over on Facebook, a group of crafty YouTubers who get together once or twice a month to bring you inspiration. And we are able to support each other and help our channels grow together and bring you inspiration so that you can be creative too and you can craft alongside us. So check out that hashtag. You will find it in the title and in the description box below. And we would love to have you hop along with us, find inspiration. There's going to be tons of fall themed creations, cards and crafts, and I have not seen it, so I'm excited to hop along as well. But we would love it if you liked our videos, subscribed to our channels, and shared our videos. It helps us so much. We are all channels under 1,000, and in the YouTube world, getting to 1,000 subscribers is a big deal. So we would love it if you would support us along the way. So back to the card, I just added some details in with the Sakura Jelly Roll pen, and then I'm going to fix the little white lines that you see around the balloons and the girl and the pumpkins. So I'm just put down some Distress Oxide ink onto my glass mat here, and then I sprayed it with water, and then I'm using a fine tip paintbrush to just fix those edges and blend them together so that you don't even see those white lines. Because the masking paper was not cooperating, and it just sometimes happens like this. So this is a way to go ahead and fix it. And there may be prizes along the way when you are hopping, so definitely be paying attention to everybody's video along the way because you do not want to miss any details. Alright, now that that is all blended together, I'm going to be creating my sentiments. And I said I was going to be doing a birthday card, so I'm bringing in the birthday cards. You could use, or bringing in the birthday sentiments for the birthday card. You could use any happy birthday sentiments for this. This one is no longer available. I was able to find it locally at my store, but it is, so you might be able to find this. This is the Hefty Doodle Party Palooza, but I cannot link to it for you. So then I'm just using the Simon Says Stamp white embossing powder and my heat tool to heat set this. And to stamp this, I use the Simon Says Stamp clear embossing powder. Or ink, sorry. I used their embossing powder too. And then I'm just going ahead and using the coordinating dies for this. I don't have a ton of dies for things, but when you do, it is like, oh, it makes things so much easier. So here I am just putting it through my Big Shot machine, and it cuts out the sentiments just like that. Ta-da! I don't really do this often, so it was very fun. Just figuring out where I want it on here. And then I decide that I want another sentiment as well. I definitely could have just left it happy birthday, but I wanted to bring in another sentiment as well from that same stamp set. So I believe this says it's time to celebrate, and I'm going to do the same method with the Simon Says Stamp embossing ink and the Simon Says Stamp white embossing powder, and I'm stamping that and embossing it on the black, and I just love how the white looks on the black. I'm heat setting that, and it brings so much life to the sentiment, and it brings so much life to the card, and just makes the words that you are trying to say to the recipient, it just brings them to life. So just cutting this down, getting it ready to go onto the card, and then playing around with this, and I decide to put it over here. So happy birthday, it's time to celebrate. So I love that I was able to make a birthday card with a fall theme. Sometimes it is hard to make just fall cards, so how can we incorporate the holidays that we always celebrate into fall? I do have a whole playlist of my fall card series that I do fall themed cards. So if you want to check that out, definitely check out my channel. This is a bonus video in my fall card series. Currently on my channel, I have a Christmas card series going, so you can definitely check out that too if you want more videos from me. And my card is almost done, but one last detail, I added some Elmer's glue over the clear glue over the balloons and the pumpkins to make them shine. This is my form of the glossy accents, and I think it works pretty great. So that is my card for today. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and definitely check out that hashtag Team Tiny Autumn Hop 2021. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.